Monster Hunter Wilds reviews are out, and we're going to be taking a look at the positives, the negatives. We're also going to dive into the gameplay story, how immersive the world is, and also what quality improvements. So let's take a look at this and let me know in the comments below, what do you guys feel about Monster Hunter Wilds? Overall, it's got a 89% out of everyone that has reviewed this game. So that means that the community is high. I am a little bit worried though for those that play the game on PC, because most of the reviews did say there were some issues with playing this game on PC. Either it was crashing, they were getting tears on their screen, or they were getting flickerings and many other things with either your 4080, 3080, or even 50 graphic cards from Nvidia. So that is something that probably is going to hinder the game just a tad when it releases. But enough about that, and now let's talk about what do we think about the story. Most of them said that the story is well driven. You get your typical Monster Hunter hunting, which pretty much what you're doing. It emphasizes on world building, which is truly an open world where you're going to be able to explore, which is cool. I think having such an open world allows gamers like you guys to be able to explore and do whatever you guys want. We also have major lore reveal in the game. So for those that love the lore, hey, this is going to be a game that probably is going to seal everything in one entire game. Now let's talk about the gameplay and combat. Anything that has changed? Of course, guys, this is wild. So what they pretty much have done is they gather all the different Monster Hunter games, put them in a pot, mix it really well, and guess what? You get a wild thing. In this game, hunting mechanics remain a top tier. So if you love hunting for those big giant monsters, well, you're going to have a lot of fun. If you're a beginner to this game, the game does a well job on introducing you into Monster Hunter. And if you are a veteran, it just puts that little ice and makes it a little bit much better than what it was. Of course, we're still going to be able to see the 14 weapons that we've seen in the previous games. However, they do have a little bit of a change. Now the weapons do focus on a focus mode, which makes the combat more fluid and also approachable. So you're going to be able to get in the monster's face and just have a wild combat, which is something that I think everyone, regardless if you are new or regardless if you are a veteran, you're going to love this game. Now, we're also going to be able to see a variety of monsters. You're either going to go against one, or you're going to go against a mob, which is cool. Now, you don't just have to fight one. You're also going to be having unexpected fights where one monster is attacking another one, which is cool, makes the fights a little easy. Now, what do we say about the different reviews if we are able to take a look at here, guys? Let's take a look at the comments that some of these reviewers said, and drop it in the comments below. Do you guys agree with reviews or not? Or is this something that you rather experience for yourself, or does a review actually influence you on whether you're going to get the game or not? So first of all, let's talk about the Serto. They said Monster Hunter Wilds is a giant stump towards a bigger and brighter future for the Beast Staying series. Despite the sluggish pace of the story and a few muddy textures based on PS5, clear Capcom hasn't bitten off more than it can chew. Whilst its triumph culmination of mechanics, monsters, ideas have been masterly forged for 21 years. So overall, they're giving it a 4 out of 5. It seems like, based on their small comment here, they definitely went out of their way and experienced the game to its fullest. Now, let's take a look at Dual Shockers. After 100 hours of gameplay, reaching Hunter rank 110. And that is one thing you're going to be able to experience in this game. You're going to be investing a lot of time. There's a lot to do, and they go on to say, I can confidently say that Monster Hunter Wilds is a better game than World and Rise, all put together, largely focusing on streaming and making the overall experience more accessible without moving the core principles that veteran hunters have come to know and love. Monster Hunter Wilds is a game that should be experienced by everyone. And that is just few of the comments. Some of them are saying that this is the masterpiece, the game of 2025 that you guys shouldn't miss. So it seems like everyone, but let's read one particular comment. Game Rat. One line here, 8 out of 10. I think that was the lowest you saw in all the reviews. And it went on to say, Monster Hunter Wild is the most accessible game in the franchise to date, which means huge improvements along with questionable choices. To me, that seems like a very, very lazy review. Not much content right there, but what do you guys think? Should we even trust Game Brand? I hope not. But let's continue what else we're going to be expecting in this game, such as quality life improvement. And I think quality life and along with co-op are going to be the key thing to this game. First, we got cooking system rework with portable barbecues, and you guys have seen it during the beta. You were cooking, all of a sudden you got a monster just pretty much attacking your tent and getting rid of your food, which is crazy, right? At the same time, it's something very unique. You got better wish list system, which also allows you to track different materials, and you know how it gets with Monster Hunter. The game itself and worlds, just keeping track of all the different materials does get a little bit overwhelming, and seems like they've done a much better job on Wilds. Loadout sharings with friends, better gear management, high rank unlocks, better armor customization, and also you got better fashion options for those that love the stylish. There you go, guys. That is something to look forward. Now, let's talk about co-op enhancements. How is this game going to be said? And I'm gonna talk about the negatives too, so don't worry about it. We're also gonna be talking about positives and negatives. Trust me, I did my research and I've gone through all of them, and just want to put everything in one video for you all. Here, guys, 100 player lobbies, can link party system. It's much better, easier for you to be able to play with in a party. However, we also have co-op monster hunting is a little bit smoother. Okay, so that it's on the co-op quality of the game, world expansion, gameplay, and also the story. Now, let's focus a little bit on the negative, okay? Not every game is perfect, but what is the type of things that you should expect that may not be working? One of the things is, of course, performance issues on PC. And this is going to hurt the game a lot. And we're talking about things all across the same hardware, which is going to be either 4080, the 3080s. It seems like the 80s have somewhat of an issue, and also some of the brand new graphic cards, which are the 50s, 50 series. Now, they've experienced crashes, frame drops, visual bugs, things that were flying across the screen, like if we were getting out of the Matrix. And there was no HD texture pack available during the reviews. So hopefully that's not the case about the HD texture once the game releases on the 28th. So if you don't know yet, I believe the game releases at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that is, I think overall, that's going to be a big issue, PC performance. Now, co-op story mode is still a bit frustrating, they're saying, especially when you're watching too many cutscenes. You gotta watch them and you gotta go through them, and also it makes it very difficult to play with friends, which at the same time, a lot of you guys play with friends. So I guess being solo, it's okay, but when you're trying to rejoin other friends to continue the hunts, becomes a little bit weird and not very smooth altogether. So there you go. Have that in mind about the co-op story mode. Now, what about the open world? How does it actually feel? Is there any negative to it? Well, they're saying that despite how big it is and how giant the monsters are, the fast travel and most hunts are only through quest lines, which is actually kind of, I don't know, what do we know, Drop it in the comments. Do you guys like that? That every hunt is going to be through a quest line. You can't really go on your own and do hunts. I wish they would have done it that way. I mean, once you finish the story or you go into the next mode, then you unlock the next mode, then you go into your own, but I guess it's not. Also, running through the world finds monsters isn't a intuitive or necessary as expected. And then the last thing we're going to be talking about is the lack of some features. Okay, what is it that maybe those little things that some of you guys are probably wishing for but may not be there on day one? And that is, of course, the no traditional gathering hub. So a staple to the past of the Monster Hunter games. You're not going to have that. It also, you got the layer weapon skins, which were missing. So that is quite disappointing because of the customization that a lot of guys love to do with either your weapons. And then, of course, the Palico, which is your little sidekick, system feels more simplified, reducing player control over their abilities. So, bam, there you go, guys. That's everything you guys need to know. Those are what the reviewers are saying, but overall it seems like Monster Hunter Wilds is going to be a hit. Small little things here are probably going to be frustrating for you, especially on PC, and maybe on PS5 seems like it, but I quite didn't see anything negative on Xbox, so I don't know if anyone did an Xbox review or not. But overall, let me know, sound it off in the comment section below. What do you guys think? Is this going to be a pass, yes or no?